How's it going, everyone? Got quite a few updates to cover in this video. Want to give you guys a heads up about State of Play. Got some clarifications on that, so we'll talk all about that. And a bunch of free updates for games. Chrono getting a much-needed update, No Man's Sky's latest major update, and Resident Evil 4 Remake has already detailed some free DLC. We'll talk that at the end of this video. A lot to go over, so let's just get right into it. First of all, State of Play. That'll be happening tomorrow. It's not gonna be a sizable event. I always recommend people, when it comes to State of Play, I feel like people have crazy expectations sometime, and then what happened early last year with that one State of Play, and people just were absolutely vitriolic towards it. Nevertheless, you're gonna get an update of Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. I'm seeing a varied reception towards that. I see some people super excited for it. I see other people being like, not completely sold on the game, whatever. I'm not a big DC guy, so like I don't get overly excited for these games. However, I love Rocksteady, and the Batman Arkham games are tremendous. So like, you know, hopefully they do a good job with Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. Gonna be getting an update on that ahead of its release in just a couple of months. Also, it will be 45 minutes long. The PlayStation blog has clarified over the course of 45 minutes, we will showcase new reveals and latest information and gameplay for 16 new titles across PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, and PlayStation VR2. So specifically VR2, we'll see what titles will be rolling out as a part of that. Obviously, VR2 did officially release today, so it makes all the sense in the world to parlay the excitement around VR2, or even lack thereof, if you want to go to that extent, and just, you know, roll out some new titles, get people excited, especially for games that are going to be coming within this calendar year, and hopefully that gets more people invested into the platform. It's just a little pricey, like I could say it over and over again, but you know, a lot of people are just going to be priced out of getting VR2 for the time being. Hopefully by the fall, you know, maybe we'll get some good bundles, maybe we'll get a bit of a discount during Black Friday and things like that, because ultimately I see that being, you know, the time frame where a lot of people are going to be checking out VR2, but we'll see what happens with that. A bunch of VR2 titles launching later this year, and it is 16 new titles across PS5, PS4, and PSVR 2. It does seem like it has a focus on third-party partners rather than first-party, so that is something to consider as well. I think a lot of people are just, at this point, the one thing I see over and over again is people want to see Spider-Man 2 gameplay. That's not going to be happening here, so like I wouldn't expect that here. I would expect that at the big PlayStation showcase, whether that be in May or June. I imagine sometime around there, but yeah, eventually they do need to roll out some gameplay of that, because it is scheduled for a release in the fall. What I imagine, as far as Spider-Man 2 goes, I think we'll get the big gameplay reveal, the release date, and then the pre-orders will go live right away. Like that, they'll do it all in conjunction, and they'll roll out like collector's edition information, etc., etc. If they're doing a season pass, like with the first game, you know, City That Never Sleeps. All that stuff I would imagine will be rolled out as one big update, and that'll probably be, what I would expect is they'll do a PlayStation showcase, and that'll be their big finale to wrap up that showcase. Much like they did with God of War Ragnarok, if you remember when they did that gameplay trailer, and that was like the big thing at that event. Nevertheless, State of Play tomorrow, still expect some cool stuff, just keep your expectations a little bit tempered as far as exactly what we're gonna see. I mean, they're detailing it, third-party partners, Suicide Squad, but yeah, be on the lookout for that. Alright, moving on from that, Chrono on PS4 has gotten a much-needed update that is finally available 10 months after the release of the game. I think this came out back in April of last year. It notes frame rate improvements, changes to the growth system for PIV, and other minor bug fixes. This game is very much, or it was very much a train wreck on PC especially, but the remaster, this remake, whatever you want to call it, had a lot of issues across the board, so nice to see this update roll out. It is $19.99, so it's not like a super pricey remaster, so that's at least nice, but yeah, good of them to roll out this update. Speaking of updates, another major update, No Man's Sky's Fractal update is available now. PlayStation VR2 support, gyroscopic control support, and more has been rolled out. So, again, as all of the No Man's Sky update, completely free update, adding PSVR 2 support and a catalog of your greatest discoveries, a huge number of quality of life and accessibility improvements, and so much more. Completely immerse yourself in an infinite universe with No Man's Sky Update 4.1 Fractal, introducing a catalog of your most incredible discoveries, a huge number of quality of life and accessibility improvements, gyroscopic control support, full support for PlayStation VR 2, and much more. Let's just roll out, let's just talk about a couple of the updates. Utopia Expedition, the once affluent system, has fallen into decay, trade routes halted, and the space station abandoned and rotting, intelligent life forms departed. Anomalous solar activity prevents the crafting of items beyond the shelter of a planetary base. Thankfully, for the good of all, the generous Utopia Foundation is coordinating a grand reconstruction plan. Join the communal habitation team, Settler, and help make it beautiful and productive once more. Wondrous discovery, improved HDR lighting, Utopia speeder starship, obviously PlayStation VR2 support. You can explore the universe in up to 4K resolution pilot ships and wield multi-tools with the new ergonomic sense controllers and benefit from a vast number of gameplay and quality of life improvements. Nexus missions on Switch, clearer game options, a fearsome visor, PlayStation VR2 visual quality. The universe looks crisp and more beautiful in PlayStation VR2 with higher quality textures, improved particle rendering, terrain tessellation effects, increased planetary details, increased draw distance, and much more. These improvements combined with support for AMD Fidelity FX Super Resolution 2.0 technology on PlayStation technology create the best looking PSVR experience yet. Twitch rewards, alien structure ambiance, virtual reality overhaul, a dynamic resolution scaling, virtual reality base building, catalog treasures, virtual reality galaxy map, new accessibility features, holographic friend, customize your gameplay, quality of life improvements, new virtual reality options, a robo-warden campaign, PSVR2 headset feedback, a trace of metal on Switch, motion controls, tactile VR2 controls, smoke and wreckage effects, milestone titles, expanded starship fleets, and there are even more updates as far as some tweaks and updates towards minor things. I'll leave a link with all the details in the description box below, so check it out for yourself. Even if you don't have VR2, there's going to be a nice update for you to delve into. But No Man's Sky on VR was one of the most compelling VR experiences that you could come across. Like, No Man's Sky is a game that I appreciate for everything Hello Games has done with it. Not a game that I get super invested into, but I know a ton of people that have sunk hour upon hour into No Man's Sky. Lastly, I do want to note Resident Evil 4 Remake already confirmed PSVR2 mode to be released as free DLC. It was officially confirmed the VR mode for Resident Evil 4 has begun development. Please look forward to more details in the future. The VR mode for Resident Evil 4 will be released as a free downloadable content for PlayStation 5 and PSVR2. Resident Evil 4 at this point isn't even out yet. It's coming out on PS5, Xbox Series, PS4, and PC on March the 24th, so game's release is right around the corner, coming up very shortly, and Resident Evil 4 is a game that a lot of people revere, and for a lot of people, this was the game that got them into Resident Evil. This is the game that really got me into Resident Evil. It was literally everywhere, from GameCube, PlayStation 2, and then you guys remember that Wii version of the game? The Wii version of the game was actually like, I wasn't a big fan of the Wii back in the day, but Resident Evil 4 was one of the games that made the transition to Wii, and in my opinion, it got even better on the Wii, but that's just my 2 cents, obviously. You know, Wiimotes aside, with this remake, this is probably going to be the definitive way to play the game, and if you want to check it out in VR, ultimately, a VR2 mode is going to be released as free DLC, so that's great to hear as well. So that's going to do it for me. Again, a lot of PlayStation VR information and updates coming tomorrow as well with State of Play, but you're talking No Man's Sky's Fractal update out today, Resident Evil 4 having some free DLC. Nice to see Chrono Cross finally get an update as well. State of Play, again, with that, temper your expectations. I don't want to hear a ton of people being like, oh my god, what's going on? It was another disappointment of a show. Why isn't there Spider-Man 2 gameplay? They're detailing you what they're gonna show you, so, you know, keep your expectations in line. Whenever it comes to these events, I swear, I constantly see people get disappointed, but, yeah, they're telling you what to expect, so, in this sense, I think, you know, just be mindful of that. That'll do it for me. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.